Hello Internet, I am Torma Ximnus and welcome to my first ever Genlock news video. And we have a little bit of RWBY news mixed in with this as well because of some very awesome things I learned yesterday. I wanted to get this out to you then. Unfortunately, school and other things kind of got in the way, and by the time I was able to get to recording, I wasn't really able to because people were busy making noise. But before we get to the awesome news, if you enjoy watching, please be sure to subscribe for more, ring the notification bell so you'll never miss a new video, and if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, if you like what I'm doing with my channel or you think there's a direction I could take it in that's slightly better, let me know. Leave a comment below. But let's not keep you guys waiting. Let's dive right in. First, dramatic scene change. Hey, okay, so the first thing we have is, as you can clearly see, a poster for Genlock's release date, which was announced during the New York City Comic-Con, or is it just New York Comic-Con? NYCC. It was announced at NYCC. Sadly, I did not get to be there. I had to learn this after the fact. But now that I have the information, I am super stoked. We finally have a proper release date for Genlock, and it is going to be January 26th, 2019 for first members, and that is noted on the poster. Now, I was going through the Roosterteeth post on their Twitter account, where there were some questions about whether or not this would be a free-to-watch series, or if it would be behind a paywall. As someone who replied to that person stated, the only thing that's really still behind a paywall is the Laser Team movie, or is it movies? I don't know if they released the second one yet. But anyway, the Laser Team film stuff is the only stuff that's still behind a paywall. Everything else is completely free to watch, and having a Roosterteeth account is really the only requirement needed in order to be able to watch this stuff. Although I can kind of see the confusion, given that it does say only on Roosterteeth first. It doesn't really give that extra level of clarity that lets people know, hey, this isn't something that's behind a paywall. But I believe, and I'm pretty sure I'm right in this, that this is a poster that is showing the release date for first members. So since it'll be releasing on January 26th, then Genlock will be releasing for everyone else on on February 2nd, 2019, which is also when you will be able to see my first reaction video for Genlock, and oh my gosh, I am so stoked! I mean, I've got great things to tide me over until then. I've got all of RWBY and all the reaction videos I'm going to be doing for that. We've got some great game releases that'll help me tide things over as well. One of the ones I'm looking forward to, that you could argue is a smaller one, being RWBY Amity Arena, which releases 2 days before the start of RWBY Volume 6, and in fact, on the same day that the theater premiere for RWBY Volume 6 happens, I myself am going to be going to one of the theaters showing the release, and I'm probably going to be playing RWBY Amity Arena on my phone while I'm there, because I plan on getting there early and spending some time amongst fellow Roosterteeth fans and fellow RWBY fans. But I'm getting a little bit off track here. For now, the important thing to remember is Genlock, first release date, January 26th. Release date for everyone else, and when we can start doing upload videos, February 2nd. With that in mind, let's move on to the next piece of Genlock news. And again, this has some RWBY news mixed in with it as well. So I am extra excited for this. Oh my gosh, it is so cool. So, those of you who have seen my end of RTX news update video know that during the summer of 2019, we will be getting a Scholastic book for Team Coffee and what they're doing since the end of Volume 3. And yes, I'm really looking forward to that. But now we have even more. More for RWBY, more for Genlock. For you see, in this thing here, that I should have scrolled back to the top because reasons, it says RWBY and Genlock comics coming next year. Oh my gosh, the hype! So basically, to make a long story short, Roosterteeth and DC Comics came together to arrange bringing RWBY and Genlock into comic form. Now, I do not know if the Genlock comics are going to be canon or not. It does say that the RWBY comics are going to be spin-off comics. So that's something to keep in mind, because this could be something outside of RWBY canon for the world of Remnant, but undoubtedly will also be something that gives us a deeper look into some of the characters. I personally am really looking forward to that. I don't know what's going into the comics yet, because information for that, as far as I know, has yet to be released, but I'm really looking forward to it. But that's enough about RWBY for now. Yes, RWBY is involved in this, but this is a Genlock news video, so let's get back to Genlock. Okay, so it says spin-offs for both without really any kind of separation between the two. So it might be spin-off comics for both of them. But still, this is going to give us a nice look into the characters. And if I had to make a guess, I would think that the RWBY comics might start coming out while Genlock is ongoing for their first season, and that the Genlock comics would then come out after season 1 of Genlock ends, and probably around the same time as the Scholastic book for Team Coffee. So, yeah, my goodness, we have so much great content incoming. I'm just going to say I can't wait to dive into it. I can wait, I can be patient, but I am so looking forward to this, and I am just so eager to get my hands on these and go right into them. And of course, for the rest of this, it states basically the premise of both series. This gives me a little bit more context for Genlock's story starting off, because it states that the last the last remnants of free Earth are on the losing side of a global war. So that basically tells me what I kind of sort of figured in the beginning, that the guys that we are going alongside are definitely the good guys. They're fighting against the bad guys, but now this gives us a greater amount of scope for exactly what's going on. Because now we know that in addition to this being a global war, it is a war where there are only a few freedom fighters left, and some of them are being recruited from, as we've seen in prior trailers, questionable places, or places where people wouldn't want to let go of them, in order to give the freedom fighters a chance at not just surviving, but being able to push back the tyrannical enemy forces that wants the entire world under their control. And I am really looking forward to these comics. I'm hoping that they're going to delve a bit more into each of the main characters for the series and some of the side characters. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh, this this will be amazing. And it also gives the release dates of October 27th for RWBY Volume 6 and January 26, 2019 for Genlock. These are just the release dates for first members. The content will release a week later for everyone else. So do not worry. None of this is being trapped behind a paywall, to my knowledge. And if anything was trapped behind a paywall, like, again, the Laser Team film stuff, then Roosterteeth would most likely say something about it because they are very upfront about these things. They let you know, hey, you want to see this awesome stuff? Here are the details. Boom, done. Anywho, that is all for this Genlock / RWBY news video. As always, if you enjoyed watching, please be sure to subscribe for more and ring that notification bell so you will never miss a new video. And until next time, this is Torma Ximnus, signing off. Stay frosty, my friends.